Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today is day 2 of Christmas craft week. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a bit near today, but I figured I've got to come on, do my Christmas craft week. It's only day 2, I can't fail here. So today I am actually showing you my tips and tricks on how to change the colours of bottle brush trees. I really struggle saying bottle brush trees, it doesn't come out of my mouth right. I sound really funny when I say it, but yeah, I thought I would show you how I changed the colour of them, because I don't know about you, but if you've been on Pinterest, you would have seen rainbows full of bottle brush trees. You would have seen the ombres, the gradient like fades throughout them, all of the amazing colours, and you think, how do people get them to match so well? Where do they find these trees from? And the answer is they've probably DIY'd them themselves or bought them from someone who's DIY'd them for them. So I'm going to show you how to turn like these trees. So I got these ones here from Poundland. These are just the fibre optic trees in there. They've got them in there obviously for £1 at the moment, but I really like the size of them, and for £1 I think that's pretty good going. You could probably find them cheaper on eBay or something like that. At the moment Amazon have hiked up the prices of them, so don't buy them from Amazon, they're so expensive. Yeah, these work out just great. You could just pull out the little battery pack out of the bottom and then pull out the little fibre optic bits, and then you're just left with the tree, which is perfect. And I'm going to show you how I got it literally from like this green colour, which is all around. I really like it anyway. But if you want to change it up, you can get them going this colour, which is just back to the natural colour, or you can dye them any colour you want. I've made them pink because I wanted some pink ones. I've also done the same with like the little trees that you can get. Pretty much any of the bottle brush trees in like this sort of material where you could feel it like really brushy is going to work really well. The ones that are quite solid, I'll put an overlay here of them. They don't really work out so well, so I'd probably skip those ones, like the ones that are almost covered in paint. They don't work well because you can't obviously do what you have to do to them. So yeah, I'm just going to get started straight on into this video. These bottle brush trees are also going to be used in a DIY coming tomorrow, as well as in my nutcracker display, which I'm currently working on. I'm hoping to have that done by the end of the week as well. So yeah, just a heads up, these are going to be used in other DIYs, but I wanted to give you a video today on like the full bulk of how I changed the colour of the trees. So this has been a 2-day long DIY, I'm not gonna lie to you. I started doing this the other night and I was like, oh, I need to make a video on this. So the way that I did it first of all was I took the little tiny bottle brush trees and I actually sprayed on some of the Astonish mold and mildew spray, because this is like a watered down bleach solution already. You can obviously dip these in like bleach if you want to. I didn't have any left because I actually used it for cleaning outside the other day, but this worked out perfectly, and to be honest, because it's already pre-mixed, it's amazing. You can get this from anywhere, literally. Poundland, I think Tesco may carry Astonish now, all the cheap places like B&M sell it, Cherries online sells it as well. It's just a really cheap bleach spray. You just want to make sure that your tree is covered, and as you would have seen then, literally in 20 seconds the ink or dye came out of the tree and it went to this gorgeous vintagey pastel mint shade. So moving on to those Poundland ones like I showed you in the introduction, these here have more of a grey like dye in them, but to be honest it comes out really easy. This one here turned out perfectly that I was doing the other night, so I'll show you this in real time right now. Just spraying on that bleach spray, just kept going for around about 30 seconds, not gonna lie to you, and pretty much it started changing colour straight away. The dye just kept like dripping out of it, so I had like a hair dye pot on hand. As you can see, it's going like a really nice faded colour now. This is literally 30 seconds apart, like whoa. So what you need to do is just keep spraying or just keep rinsing, whatever you want to do. On this one here I just kept spraying away on the spots that didn't take so well until I had a really even coverage, and before I knew it the whole thing was bleached down to a really nice colour. So once I was happy with the coverage of the bleaching, I actually just dunked it into a cold pot of water to stop that bleach from bleaching out any more and damaging the bristles. Honestly, this took no longer than 2 minutes total. For the other trees, like the little ones, I actually just used the same bleach solution because it was already there and I may as well have carried on using it. So I just dunked them in using some tweezers, really twirling it around, getting an even coverage. You do want to make sure that you rinse or dunk your pieces in water to stop that bleach from going a little bit further just before you get to the colour you want. So if you think, oh, I could do with like 10 more seconds, just dunk it straight away. You can always add more bleach if you need to. So going over to my sink, I then started on another one. This here I just yeah, decided to include this footage as well, because this one here didn't take so well, even though these were the exact same trees. So I started, you know, pressing it against my sink so you could see all that dye coming out. This does create a mess if you're not doing it in a pot or in your sink, so please take that into consideration. To be honest, I left this in the same bleach spray for around about 7 or 8 minutes, and this is what it looked like. It didn't come anywhere near that other one that just changed straight away, and I did probably about 3 or 4 coats of the bleaching to get it as, you know, light as I possibly could, but it still stayed quite brassy. So I admitted defeat and I just rinsed this one out for the 4th time. You want to make sure that you're really rinsing this bleach out. By the way, it doesn't matter if you mess up the bristles a little bit, it will puff back out as they dry. I would recommend taking a hairdryer to really dry the piece before, you know, leaving it air dry, because the middle part might rust and you don't want orange into your nicely freshened up tree. But for this one I actually decided to dye it. So I took some of the Dial-On fabric dye, just one of those little hand dye sachets, and I popped that into a 700ml jar full of warm water. I then inserted my tree and realised I had forgotten the salt. Salt is very important when dyeing pieces, not only trees but also fabric, because this opens up the pores of the fabric and allows them to be dyed. It basically just, it changes like the, I don't know, the charge of the piece or something, the polar of the piece, like, I don't know, there is a science to it. So you're gonna need that salt dissolved in there as well. I left my tree in there for 30 minutes and this is what it came out like. I gave it a nice good rinse, and then I also went and dyed loads of little ones as well because I absolutely love this colour. I just rinsed out all of that dye and then again I hair dried it, just fluffing all the piece out and making sure it was fully dry. Obviously this is the before of how they started, the after with the bleaching, and then a close-up of the pink dye. I should note, if you wanted the snowy like effect still on there, you can dab that back on with acrylic paint, but I absolutely love how this one here has turned out so much. So that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're going to take some of these tips and tricks away if you haven't seen them already in other places, of course, and just create some of your scapes. I love the natural bleached one. This one here turned out so well that I just left it by itself. This one here, it just didn't want to bleach so well. Exact same tree, exact same shop, it just didn't want to take. But with the dye, I think it's really made up for it. I think just the combination of these two colours is so nice. So I'm going to get on and start giving a little go for these. I kept this one so I had a reference point to show you. So yeah, I'm gonna get off bleaching and dyeing some more for an upcoming DIY. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll tune back in tomorrow for another DIY video for Christmas craft week, and that'll be episode number 3. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's video and I will see you very soon for another one. Bye.